You might be surprised to hear this. Your job is not the hard part, not always. What you do at work is often clear. There is a list of tasks. There are steps you can follow. There are rules and expectations that guide your path. The hard part can be the sound the work makes inside you. It is a quiet truth, often unnoticed, because we are so focused on the doing, on the external measures of success and failure, that we forget to listen to our own inner world. The radio does not change the work on the table. The task remains the same, but the blaring noise makes the simple work feel incredibly hard. That radio, that constant distracting sound, is your feelings. The radio is the noise in your mind, the static of worry, fear, pressure. We teach ourselves and are taught by the world to measure difficulty by the size of the task. Big projects must be hard. Long hours must be hard. A difficult conversation must be hard. But I invite you to listen for a moment to consider a different perspective. The loudness of the inner radio changes the feeling of the work, not the work itself. This is a quiet truth. When you wake up in the morning, your first thought is about your job. What is the very first thing that rises to the surface? Is it a fact, like the time of a meeting, or is it a feeling, or a worry, or a scene replaying in your mind? I want you to notice it, just for a moment. For many of us, the first thing we meet is not the task itself, but an echo of a feeling connected to it. It might be the subtle, creeping fear of being judged by our colleagues, or a painful memory of a time our work was unseen or unappreciated, or the immense pressure to prove our worth. You can feel these sounds in your body before your mind catches up. Tight chest, a clenched jaw, a quiet tremor of anxiety, even a fog that blurs thought. Your body does not lie. It speaks a language of sensation. One of the kindest things you can do is to simply label the sounds. This is fear. This is anger. This is shame. Naming pulls the feeling away from the task, opening a small, precious space to choose a first step. It's possible the task itself was actually quite small. Maybe a short email felt like a legal document judged by experts. Maybe a 15-minute meeting felt like a trial. The work itself did not change. The email was still just an email. The meeting was still just a meeting. The sound inside you did. The volume was turned all the way up. Before a task that feels loud, pause. Place a hand on your chest. Breathe into that space. Count to 3 in and 3 out. Do this just twice. The sound won't vanish, but it will soften. The room feels less loud, less threatening. A softer tone lets you see the first, most immediate action. One message, one file, one sentence out loud. A plain, simple step is doable. In its completion, it gives you a small piece of proof. That proof quiets the radio a little more. Much of the sound is social. Old judgments, sharp bosses, unheard ideas. Outside sounds that loop inside our heads because they carry the weight of old hurts. These are not just sounds. They are memories with a pulse. It helps to gently, kindly separate the source of the sound from your present reality. That voice that was so harsh in the past is not the person you are dealing with today. Perhaps they are no longer in your life. Setting a boundary between then and now does not deny your pain. It honors it and places it in time. This moment is new, a fresh space not yet filled. Sometimes the loudness is not sharp fear, but the heavy muffled weight of shame. Shame whispers about who you are. It can turn small errors into verdicts on your worth. When shame plays, every task becomes a verdict. Other times the noise is anger, quick, hot, consuming, creating a false emergency that blurs your aim. Name the anger. I am feeling angry right now. Ask, with curiosity, what is this anger pointing to? Boundary, value, or need? This is where most people stop thinking. They feel the noise, fear, shame, anger, and they immediately react. The sounds from our interactions often have the longest echo. A critical comment months ago can reappear just as you're about to submit. A memory of being talked over can silence a good idea today. These sounds are tied to our need to belong, to be seen, to be valued. Recognizing the source of the echo is crucial. Trace it to a moment. Perhaps it's a dynamic you're carrying from a previous job. Seeing the origin reduces its power. Often it's an old recording in a new situation. This awareness creates a sliver of distance. You cannot know what's in another person's radio. Their sharp tone may be about their own fears and pressures. This doesn't excuse unkindness, but it can depersonalize it. Safety is built in small acts of trust and vulnerability. Over time, new gentle recordings remind you that you are safe and supported now. Let's look more closely at the different songs the radio can play, because each asks for a different kind of listening. Fear is common. It sings about the future. What if I fail? What if they don't like it? What if I get fired? Bring attention back to now. Feel your feet. Notice the light. Take one small concrete step. Shame sings about the past and who you are. It says, you are a mistake. Whisper back, that was a hard moment, but it does not define me. I did the best I could. Anger is loud and driving. This isn't fair. I was disrespected. They broke the rules. Anger signals a boundary. Ask, what action does this feeling call for? These feelings are not your enemies. They are messengers. Learn to listen to the song, understand the message, and then choose how to respond, rather than letting the music carry you away. This is the part that quietly changes everything. If you can meet the noise with a kind, curious gaze, you shift the power dynamic. You do not need to win an argument with the sound. You do not need to silence the radio. You simply need to see it. Acknowledge its presence without being swept away. Seeing is not fixing, nor agreeing. It begins a more peaceful relationship with your inner life. I see you, fear. I hear you. Thank you for trying to protect me. I will take it from here. This practice is not passive. It requires gentle, steady strength. To sit with discomfort and trust, it will recede. Most of us run or fight. The turning point is when you simply face the feeling. If this feels familiar, stay with me for the next part. The goal is not permanent calm, but better navigation, becoming the steady presence who can hear the radio and still do the simple work on the table. While we cannot always control the sounds within us, we can make the room less echoey. Build gentle habits that hold the day's edges, a container for the noise. Before email, take 3 breaths. Look out the window for a minute. After, close your laptop. Take a short walk. Signal that the day is over. Name one gentle aim, not a massive goal, just one small kind intention. Today, I will speak kindly to myself. Midday, check in with your body. Take 2 slow breaths. Name the primary feeling without judgment. In the evening, write one short, true line about something you did well, or a moment you felt okay. These little acts are like putting soft fabric on bare walls. The room gets warmer. The noise frays around the edges. Practice small, simple truths. I need 5 minutes. I'm not sure yet. I'll need more time. Honest, clear, and low drama sentences hold gentle boundaries and quiet the inner radio. Share your quiet map with one person. You're not asking them to fix you, only to understand. Cushions for the room. Feelings are not static, they change like the weather. Loudness ebbs and flows. A loud moment is not a permanent tune. You cannot hurry or force the radio to be quiet, but you can tend to the room. Calm, steady, honest work, one small moment at a time. Do not mistake speed for courage. True courage can be very small and quiet. Sometimes it's one deep breath or one clear word. Courage is taking the next small step while the radio still plays. On loud days, ask for help, clearer expectations, a listening friend, a therapist or coach. Inviting kindness changes the room. Rest softens sound. After sleep, you often see the simple step you missed and remember kindness that got lost in the noise. Honor it. You may feel a renewed sense of capacity. We often treat our emotions as enemies to be vanquished, problems to be solved. We are taught that hard work is tasks, strategies, outcomes. But your feelings are not the enemy. They are messengers. They carry meaning about what matters to you. They can make work feel very loud. When you can hear their messages without being ruled by their volume, the entire room changes. The work on the table doesn't change, but your ability to approach it does. This inner work is a slow, unfolding craft. It asks for patience and consistent kindness, one clear, gentle aim, one deliberate breath. Name the noise, honor its message, and act aligned with your values. You become a caretaker of your feelings, not a victim of the volume. Maybe this sounds too soft. The gentleness I'm speaking of is not letting go of goals or responsibilities. It creates enough inner space to do what matters with less struggle. If this stayed with you, there's another reflection on this channel that continues the conversation. Before we close, a question. What small step would feel possible for you right now if the radio in your room softened by just one single notch? Take a breath. Stay with that question. There is no hurry to answer. Let it live with you.